Good afternoon. Last year, I knew someone at work. Let's call her Jane. Jane showed up every single day to work. She was never late, never missed a shift, and always got her work done. But over time, something in her changed. She looked exhausted. Not physically sick, but mentally drained. She stopped talking as much, stopped smiling, and you could tell she was overwhelmed. The thing is, she never took a day off work. Not because she didn't need one, but because she didn't think she could. Her mental health wasn't considered a real reason to stay home. A few weeks later, she quit her job. Stories like Jane's aren't rare. They're happening everywhere and to everyone. And they're exactly why mental health days should be mandatory in workplaces. This isn't a new problem. It has been a problem for years. Workplace stress has been costing businesses about $300 billion annually in lost productivity and absenteeism. Even back in 2010, about 1/3 of workers admitted to faking being physically sick just to take a mental health day off. Think about it. Have you ever felt burned out? People have always needed time off for their mental health. They just didn't feel safe asking for it. And today, the problem is even worse. Recent studies show that about 59% of employees reported feeling burned out and stressed and having anxiety and depression. This accounts for millions of lost workdays every year. So what happens when people don't take care of their mental health? Well, they burn out. They lose focus, they make more mistakes, they become disengaged, and like Jane, they eventually leave their jobs entirely. This doesn't just hurt employees, it hurts the businesses too. So if companies care about their productivity, they should also care about their employees' mental health. That's where mandatory mental health days come in. These days aren't just extra time off, they are a solution. First, they reduce the stigma. Right now, many employees feel embarrassed or guilty for needing a mental health day. But if those days are built into companies' policies, if they're required, it becomes normal. It sends a message that everybody's mental health matters. Secondly, it prevents burnout before it gets worse. Taking one day to reset can make a huge difference. It's the difference between managing stress early to completely breaking down later. And it also improves productivity. When employees feel supported and related and rested, they work better. They're more focused, more creative, and more motivated. Now, some people may say, well, employees already have sick days. Why do they need mental health days too? But mental health doesn't always look like physical illness. You can't measure burnout with a thermometer, and because of that, many people avoid taking time off. They don't want to be judged or misunderstood. Not only that, but people probably cannot economically. So 6 days alone aren't enough. Others might argue mandatory health days would hurt businesses. But the reality is, poor mental health is already hurting businesses. It's costing them billions of dollars and lowering their productivity every year. In comparison, giving employees a few days to recharge is a small investment with a big return. So instead of asking, can companies afford to give mental health days off? We should be asking, can they afford not to? Because the evidence is clear. Mental health struggles have existed for years and they are getting worse. And ignoring them is no longer an option. Don't be like Jane, ask for help ahead of time, and don't feel judged or misunderstood for it. Your mental health matters as well as everyone's in the company or anywhere. In conclusion, mental health days should be mandatory in workplaces because they reduce burnout, improve productivity, and support employees' well-being. And more importantly, no one should feel like Jane, forced to choose between their mental health and a job. Mental health is not a luxury, it is a necessity. Thank you.